family. Welcome to the extended weekly spiritual guidance for this week ahead of us for November 14th through the 20th of 2022. My name is Christie Ramirez and I'm your soul coach, spiritual influencer, and motivational speaker. So this is a special series provided by the Spiritual Counseling TV network. If you want access to more exclusive shows and more content, make sure that you join at christieramirez.com/TV. So much great stuff. Make sure that you also follow my social media, which is my Instagram page at Christie Ramirez _soul coaching, and also at spiritualcounseling.tv. And make sure that you do subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you like this video, make sure that you share it with others as well. So let's begin. This is a beautiful week, like I was just saying on the weekly spiritual guidance. You know, this is a week where not only we are being revealed higher evolved soulmates, like I did say, but this is also the week of changing our life around. And part of this is relationship based, right? Because that is part of one of the areas in our life that needs to also be healed and fulfilled, right? We need to have healthy relationships, healthy romantic partnerships, a healthy career. We need to have a solid, stable job as well, right? Things, financial security, all the things that we need to kind of take care of in this life as human beings, because we are living in this world. And then of course, you know, our spiritual growth, all of that on the side as well. It's a lot to take care of. But I feel like this week, you know, God is telling us that we can do it all and we will be given exactly what we need when we need it. So we just need to trust in God's timing, in His divine plan, in our fate as well. Put a little bit more trust in our fate. And I know that that's sometimes hard to receive, because it's almost like sometimes our fate can be a little hurtful, or it can be a little frustrating, or a little disheartening, and disillusionment can be written all over it, right? Maybe this is a lot of past wounds and traumas that are coming up for us this week, which I do want to say is a lot of the work that I do in my group therapy sessions, which is exclusive at the Spiritual Counseling TV network. I also do exclusive motivational speeches, just a quick 10 to 15 minute speeches to start your weeks right. I've done a lot in the previous years, and this is a new project that I have been guided to start again, resume, and maybe even put a little changes to it, bring more different topics, variety, but it's going to be fun. And of course, all the women's content that I do there as well. Lots of new episodes coming up. I've been working on a lot behind the scenes, and I'm finally ready to start filming again for my women's content. So you might want to check it out, and again, join at christieramirez.com/TV. So coming back into this, you know, deep talk, because this is deep stuff. And sometimes, you know, conversations that we don't want to have, or things that we don't want to hear, which is the truth. But sometimes the truth hurts, but it's actually more of a blessing in disguise. So I feel like we are being revealed a lot of truths, maybe illusions being shattered as to what we thought was the truth, but maybe really wasn't. Because when you take a look at the truth, truths that have been hidden are usually secret behaviors, right? Things coming into the light that maybe we obviously did not want to take a look at, but is the truth. And it can affect how we thought our life was going to unravel and the decisions that we were going to make along the way, right? So again, coming off what I just remembered what I said in the weekly spiritual guidance, is that we're being offered a new path, a different way. And it's almost like this hidden secret door that wasn't open before, because it was a secret hiding place. You can say it's like a secret passageway that now is being opened up, maybe again, or maybe for the first time. And maybe, I say again, because maybe we were given a glimpse some time ago, but maybe again it became like an unfinished business and nothing transpired there, or you didn't continue because maybe God was guiding you to finish something else, like something from your past, which is again baggage that doesn't serve your future. And this is the week. It came out in one of the dailies to sever ties with the past, get rid of this baggage, and clean yourself up to become more light, right? And that's how we can ascend. And that's how we can attract a higher vibrational life. So we raise our vibration by basically doing a huge cleanup of our life. And this was the main theme of last week, but I feel like this week we're gaining the courage to actually do it. Last week was more like being in our head about it. Maybe you got confirmation in the physical realm that your thoughts were correct. Maybe you had doubts or little intuitive nudges, but you didn't want to believe it. And now it's been confirmed to you and you're being asked to go a different way. And this different way might require a lot of courage, might require a lot of vulnerability, but it's going to take us higher. It's going to take us to greater places and might even require a little bit more hard work. But it's better to work harder and go the cleaner route than cheat yourself and go towards the shortcut, right? Perfect example. I was actually just having a conversation with my mom before this, and I think it is the perfect example of what we're being tested with this week. We all have been given options before to take a shortcut, but this shortcut usually is a corruptive shortcut, right? It's always some corruption involved or some distorted action involved. Perfect example, you know, what happens either in Hollywood or what happens in politics. Anybody who wants to reach the top, you know, sometimes has to do something out of their integrity to get to the top, right? Deceptive behavior, betrayals, loss of integrity, you get the picture, right? And it's only to get to the top, right? And they do this because that's their priority. And they don't care about anything else, including their own self-worth and even their reputation. But they don't do these things knowing that it's going to be out in the open, right? That's why everything is done in secret, to protect their reputation, right? Because reputation in this world is everything. And so everything is done in secret. And I feel like this is a little bit of what's being revealed, either intuitively or actually in the physical, because truth always comes out, right? Look at all these movies now as documentaries portraying what happened. It eventually came out, and eventually the people who were in the wrong got what they deserved, right? And so you definitely don't want to be on that boat that you're doing wrong, because you're eventually going to get what you deserve. You want to be always on the path of light, doing the right thing, whether you like it or not, or whether it feels difficult or not, or whether it means that you're being even casted out from something because maybe, you know, that situation doesn't serve you. And it might just be for a while, because God would never put anybody, a soul of light, to be cast out alone forever, right? That would just be insane. That would be cruel from God. And God is not cruel. It's only for protection, and it's only for a momentary phase in your life. So God is really wanting you to trust Him and then continue to stay positive and just say your prayers and hope for a beautiful gift this Christmas season and this year and in your life in general, and then give it to God. Because, you know, this is a lot of what is happening worldwide, in the secret, in behind the scenes, right? It's a lot of corruption, a lot of deception, a lot of betrayal, and nobody wants to receive that, nobody wants to hear it, nobody wants to accept it. But when you accept it, if any of you have been through that, because we've all been through some kind of situation like that, right? Where we were either the victims or we were the one betraying, right? Well, although not everybody is a betrayer, I want to say, right? I've never betrayed on purpose. It's more of like you're either the victim and being betrayed too, that can put you in an entangling situation, of course. So whatever it is, the situation, we're all being asked to get honest and see the truth for what it is. We're gaining clarity this week, which is a good thing. And you know, whenever you clean up a mirror, you see what you like, or maybe you see something that you don't like, but it's only a motivation for you to work on what it is that you don't like and make it something that is better, and eventually something that you do like, right? So it's almost like we're given a microscope today to look at the truth, look at the reality of whatever it is that we're needing answers for. And based on what we really see, the minor details that might not sit well, so we might have some red flags this week, then you have to do what it takes to protect your own sacredness, your purity, your integrity, and your position in the mission work, because that always will come first, right? And, you know, there might be a lot of disillusionment this week, particularly this week, because it's only going to bring us into a better future in the coming weeks, okay? So It's all a process again, right? These overnight blessings, these blessings are not overnight, right? But there is going to be a huge sign for a positive future this week. And we're going to be gaining also confirmation that, you know, we're all taken care of. We're okay if you've been doing the work. All right, so let us take a break from this intuitive talk and let's look into the cards a little bit, kind of like get more prompts into what this week's gonna bring. And note also that the angels are always all around us. So we need to know that whatever situation we're dealing with or is in our face, it's all been divinely guided as well. Today, this week, I am consistent, persistent, and patient with the journey, with ourselves, with our soul growth. In the meantime, I work hard, I have faith, and I trust the process. So work hard this week, and maybe work even a little harder. You know, that's what it really takes to get to the top in its most natural form, in its most integral form. You need to just work a little harder than everybody else, but it's going to be so much more worth it, because your hard work is never going to disintegrate, whereas someone going the unnatural path or someone acting out of integrity, everything's gonna rumble eventually, right? But those who worked hard out of integrity will always keep what they worked for, because they deserve it. And yes, I am talented, and hence I am valuable to this earth. I am chosen for my soul mission for a purpose. So we're being reminded of our talents that are natural and that they are divinely blessed and given. And that's what we're working on crafting, mastering, and putting to use, because it has value for God's mission. And we're chosen for a reason, right? So keep working on this. And again, with these changes that I said that we are making, maybe it has to do with that. And we got a message here. Yes, Archangel Michael, we did get this message in one of the dailies, but we have Archangel Michael's protection written all over everything. And today we have a message from Archangel Jophiel. Thank you for shifting any negative thoughts into a positive mindset and helping to heal any misunderstandings with other people. So if there have been any misunderstandings, this might be healed. We need to create more harmony. I actually was going to say this, but I didn't say this in one of the dailies. This is a week of creating more harmony in our life as well. Whether that be healing these misunderstandings, miscommunications, or lack of communication, which can definitely create a disharmony, right? We need to put everything to the table. We need to speak our truth and make it known so that there is more harmony and balance within our relationships. Now, thank you for helping me to reduce clutter, to create a more meaningful environment that is conducive to work and relaxation. So maybe we're needing to do a little bit more cleanup. This is what I was going to say as well. You know, this whole year, I feel as well, has been a year in order to create the environment for this metamorphosis that was the theme of this year to take place, this deep transformation and deep healing. We're required and asked to create more harmony in our physical environment, right? Through feng shui, through deep cleaning, maybe through home renovations. And I've done a lot of this whole year, back and forth, until I finally found the click. And it really has affected how I felt in a positive way. It's really transformed me, and I feel better than I felt this week. Specifically when it comes to doing my mission work, I feel just like everything is in alignment. And it feels better, right? And I feel like maybe this is something that maybe you need to work on last minute if this is something that you haven't done. Or maybe there are just minor upgrades that we're needing to implement this week. Because it also needs to be not only conducive to work, but also relaxation, right? Having this healthy balance of work and play. So thank you for guiding me in all aspects of self-care, including beautifying myself. Thank you for filling my heart with warm feelings of gratitude and enjoyment. Love, your divine child. Beautiful message from the skies, from the heavenly spirit guides. And our spiritual guidance for this week: connect with your ancestors and elders. So maybe we are doing a lot of past life work, maybe, you know, asking ourselves questions, why we're attracting certain karma or certain situations, what we need to learn, right? Because we don't attract anything that's difficult without there being a higher reason for it, right? Indulge in life's pleasure, so definitely take this time to indulge in life. Wow. Go back to school and expand your thoughts and enrich your knowledge. So definitely check out my School of Light. I have a spiritual book club this fall season. I am currently reading Dante's Divine Comedy. I'm also teaching a tarot class this year. Very amazing, and I am beautiful. Know your worth, know your beauty, and escape the ordinary through your artwork, through your creativity, and just love more. So a lot of self-love coming in this week. Knowing your worth as well, your creative potential, which we activate during melancholic moments, you want to say, right? We are inspired to search for more out of life, to get more artistic, creative, when we want to channel our thoughts or any spiritual channeling that's coming in, like spiritual messages. We do that through artwork. So that is something what I'm feeling. So let's see what else wants to come in, because I do feel like there's just like one final aspect to this conversation that needs to take place. You know, we've been talking too little still. So I feel like, you know, also on top of those responsibilities that I felt for this weekly, I feel like we are having like this burning passion for our passions, our hobbies, our personal goals. That's a huge theme this week, I feel, as well, because it can't only be about the mission work, right? And being this light. We all have personal things that we also want to achieve. This could be maybe, you know, your personal life, like relationships, but it can also be just your own hobbies. And what gives you this joy and this freedom in life, right? Because sometimes, you know, being on the mission work, it can feel a little bit like you are like entrapped in a way, or like a little bit like prisoned, but that's not the energy that really God is giving me. It's just more like a forceful duty, because once you get on the spiritual journey, it's like I said, you cannot get out, right? And of course you always have the option, because we all have free will, but there's usually not positive consequences when you do that. And if you're unawakened and you've never been on the spiritual journey and you've never been awoken, then it's almost like, I guess it would be better to be unawoken than being awoken and then getting off the journey. Okay, because once you're awoken, it's like you've been chosen for a reason, for a specific purpose. And if you neglect God's calling, that's like a slap in God's face, right? So you definitely do not want to go that route and, you know, choose the ego, because I do feel like that's a lot of what some people are struggling with. It's like the ego, which is all, you know, what this life's about, like the material world is about, and what society hugely focuses on is everything that is related to the ego. You know, what you have, how you look, who's by your side, your status. And I'm not saying that just because you're spiritual you can't have the good things in life. You most definitely can. You know, I love the good things. I love fashion. I love to dress up well. I love to have those good things, those little luxuries of life. But it doesn't mean that I will choose that over the spiritual journey, right? It comes hand in hand. And it's always a reward for being on the journey and then showing up for it as well, right? Because everybody has unique personalities, and no personality is better than the other. It's just whether you choose the light or not, right? That's really what it gets down to. So if any of you, you know, want more guidance or want more fortitude when it comes to staying on your spiritual journey and continuing to evolve on your soul growth, then you can always book a personal soul coaching session. We can have deep conversations. I could be your mentor, your guide, or we can have a classic counseling session as well. I've done therapy for 10 plus years. I've given therapy for 10 plus years, worked in different companies with different environments, different situations, and I'm really good at what I do. You know, I love to help people because I'm a great reader at people. And, you know, sometimes it's interesting that people will not really be upfront with what they're really needing help with. They usually come for something else, but then the core issue turns out to be something else. And so I feel like this is definitely a week of being vulnerable if you need the help. You know, this is what's called triggers, right? If you're getting triggered by something, it's usually related to something else and something deeper, hidden in the subconscious, whether that be from your past, whether that be childhood wounds, past traumas, or just something just more internal, related to your inner deep dark side, maybe even your own shadows that everybody needs to deal with to come out in the light. And that is what this week is about. It's this deep metamorphosis of coming out into the light and what it takes to do that. Everybody's going to be different. Some people, it's going to be as simple as just doing cleanup in their life. Some people need to deal with their traumas and do the deep healing work. Others need to confront their karma and, again, seal soul contracts that don't serve them, or complete unfinished business, or sever ties from something from the past, right? Everybody's situation is different this week, but it's a huge marking point into where we're stepping into for 2023. And I feel like, you know, yeah, this is what we're working on. So I feel like this is why I'm working on actually a project, which is working on a timeless gratitude journal that hopefully I can have by the new year for you to start this new habit, because this is self-work. This is soul growth as well. When we take the time to be grateful on a daily basis for all our blessings that we already have, that's how we can continue to just attract more and more. If you're someone who's complaining or not appreciative of what you already have, then it almost like closes the doors for some new abundance to come in. So if you want to be someone who continues to manifest and receive blessings, continue to stay grateful. And do a lot of spiritual cleansing as well. You know, I did a lot of this past week. And spiritual cleansing is not always just like the health and wellness habits or just the basic purification rituals. For me, I actually decided to change my perspective on my Bible study class, which is at my Daily Devotional podcast show, which is free for all of you on my podcast page, which you can follow me on Instagram at spiritualcounseling.tv. And I was just studying the Bible, receiving those daily devotionals, and it was just so much positive, faithful messages of love, of light, of optimism, of hope. And it definitely, I felt like a natural spiritual cleansing of my soul. It's almost like when you're meditating and doing a lot of deep breathing, you feel physically this cleansing. And I felt the spiritual cleansing at a deep soul level. And that's the level of spiritual cleansing that we're needing to do this week, to continue to raise our vibration, clean up and heal from the past as well. And then maybe God is also going to give us clarity with deeper understanding about what we've been through and why we've been through it, right? Because maybe this is also what is needing to take place to be able to close that chapter and then have no more unfinished business, right? And so we can move on to something that's healthy from the start. That's why we're starting these new starts, because maybe we haven't started things on the right foot before, and that's flowing into what we're attracting in our present moment. That's not good, right? So a lot of cleanup, a lot of self-worth, a lot of building up of our confidence, our self-esteem, and that's going to empower us this week to really know our worth, our potential as well, as men and women, as divine feminine and woman, and as sacred beings, and being this boss that we need to be in our life, right? That's the energy that I'm feeling. It's like bossing up and really taking control of our life, because nobody's going to do that for you but your own self. So whatever guidance you've been given as solutions to solve any problems that you have in your life, do it and just get it done with, and then seal that from the past so that you can start a new beginning. I feel like that is the end of today's message. I'm not really that long. I'm not really getting any other messages right now. I will be doing an extra counseling session on my Instagram page behind the scenes for 15 minutes. It's like a little live stream that if you want to join, make sure that you subscribe there. Only $2.99 a month on my Instagram page at Christie Ramirez _soul coaching. And if you want to book a personal soul coaching session with me, you can book today at christieramirez.com/booking. So just a word of caution, stay in the light, stay on your path, be discerning with new energies in your life, and also be discerning with past energies that might want to re-enter your life. And make sure that you choose yourself first in every situation. And that's going to be, whenever in doubt, that's going to be your answer to go to. Choose yourself first. And whatever it is that is in alignment with where you're at, but more than where you're at, because you might not be at your ideal self yet, where you want to be at. That's going to be a guiding light for this week for our decisions, the choices that we need to make. Some difficult, some easy, but you're going to know because you're going to feel lighter and better because of them. Have an amazing and beautiful day and week. Namaste.